Geno, does this game going against a really good Lions team kind of feel like a measuring stick game for you guys? What's the mentality going up against a good team like that?
You just know you're gonna get your best shot from them. This is a team that's been rolling since the end of last year. The record speaks for itself for over the last 10, 13 games. So, I feel like they got a head coach that's a fiery head coach that's going to get their guys going. So, we just got to know we're going to get the best out of all of them guys. So, just get ready for this week, prepare as best we can, and get ready to go have a great game.
And going against a receiver like St. Brown, what's kind of the challenges of trying to defend him? I know you're not going to, but as a defense.
No, he's a really talented guy. I remember my last ever college football game was against him, actually, him and Michael Pittman when I played at USC. So, I've been familiar with him since then. Just seeing his growth throughout the league. He's a guy that's really good in the slot, tough guy, good guy after the catch. So, he's probably their best player, I would say, on the offensive side of the ball. And, they're going to try to get him going. So, we got to try to limit as much as we can on the defense side for him.
Are they tough because they just have so many guys you have to account for? They have 4 wide receivers who play well. They've got that rookie tight end. Is it just a lot of guys to keep track of?
Yeah, I just feel like they get all their guys involved. And I feel like Goff is a guy that's going to control that offense very well. He's a very talented guy. He's gonna make sure everyone's in the right spots to get the right checks, and they got good backs too. That's gonna run the ball. Solid offensive line. So them guys are playing well all together right now. On the streak. So you're gonna get the best out of them.
I had asked John about this on Monday, but if you go back to December 2020, this team let you go. And what's your mentality when you think back to that time then, and how have you changed as a player from then to now?
Yeah, that's wild. But, I would just say just my mindset, the way I approached the game. Back then, I feel like I always tell everyone I had the whole rookie experience, the whole NFL experience in my rookie year. Making that 53-man roster, then getting released during the season, going on practice squad, getting elevated, getting back on the roster, cut, went to another team in Houston, and then finally coming back here. It was just it was a lot for my rookie year. At that time, I had to learn to control. Only I could control at the moment. And then, I had Anthony Levine here, a vet. That was a guy in a similar situation to him when he told me his rookie first few years in the league, being a guy that had to make the roster, fighting for a spot, being a special team guy. And then whenever he got all those opportunities on defense, he made the most of it. And I feel like I've been trying to do the same things every time I get in my situation. They go on the field. It's not a good situation because guys go down. But at the end of the day, it's a next man up mentality, and I always try to take that with me. I've been like that since college, since high school, whatever it was. Whatever obstacle I have in front of me, I want to make sure I get the best of my opportunity.
More recently, when they didn't tender you as a restricted free agent, you were a free agent. You were on the open market for a couple of days, I guess. Was it plan all along to resign here? Did you talk to other teams? What went into that?
Yeah. There was other situations out there, but at the end of the day, I sat down with my agent. This was the best situation for me. I feel like I have something here built with the guys, built with the coaching staff since last year. Just the way Mike's defense was, I feel like it's the best situation for me to show my abilities on the field. So, going through free agency, I feel like it was really almost a no-brainer for me to come back here. Really didn't matter about the tender, whoever that was, but I just wanted to make sure I was in a great situation around guys that's going to make sure I was able to show my abilities, what I could do on the field.
What does it mean to have made the most of your opportunities this year? You're sitting here at the podium here heading into week 6, tied for the NFL lead in interceptions. Again, as a 7th rounder going through this journey to get here, what does it mean to you?
It means a lot. I actually wrote goals down back in – I looked at my notes. I wrote goals back April 25th at 10:48 a.m. I had a lot of goals. I had 5 goals on there, and 3+ interceptions was one of them. I feel like I got a lot more goals I want to hit this year, and most of them are team goals at this point. So, just going to take it one step at a time, 1 week at a time. It's really early in the season, so, I don't want to get complacent or whatever it was. So, the success is good, but at the same time, you're only good as your next opportunity I get. So, I never want to get complacent. I just want to be able to capitalize on my next opportunity I get.
Is it any more special for you to have this defense be as good as it is with guys like PQ, guys who came into the history of organization with the big versus other schools?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I mean, we actually talked about it the past few weeks. You know, me, Malik, PQ, Metabike, you know, we're all guys that came in together since 2020 in the COVID year. And now we're all key contributors to a defense, making plays as much as we can, especially on special teams too, me and Malik. So I feel like our class been playing really well together since we got here, got our opportunities as much as we can, and made the most of them.
Lamar Jackson just said a minute ago that you need to work on your vision, on your interception returns. What do you say to that?
That's all right. I mean, I'll listen to him. You know, Lamar is probably got one of the best vision in the league. But you know, at the same time, I don't try to tell them guys how to run the ball. So, I just try to get the ball back to him. That's my goal, is get the ball back to him. You know, hopefully one of these days I score. I want to. It's not like I'm not trying to. I cut back last game, so. No, I look on film and there's opportunities for me to do it, but at the same time, you know, I see what I see and I try to make the most of it. So.
Geno, Lamar says you haven't told him that you even played quarterback in high school. Share with us how good you were at that, because you played a lot of positions in high school.
Yeah, no, I really don't tell people that much I play quarterback, because you know everyone has their own comments, so. I'll let it be at that. But you know, I mean, I was decent. I would say I was decent. I accounted for over 40 touchdowns, whatever that means. But at the same time, I was the first team All-State DB. So I always think of myself as a defensive player in high school, not really an offensive player. But I did as much as I can with the offense, though.
But also, you return punts for touchdowns.
Yeah.
You were a wide receiver. Does any of that come into play? Just those instincts when you intercept a pass and they're coming after you?
No, yeah. I mean. All them things, like, because baseball growing up was my favorite sport, so I think of me playing the post or whatever it is, I think of playing like center field because that's what I play. So every time I'm tracking the ball, I think I'm like playing center field, just going to get the ball high pointed, whatever it is. And then just like you said, I play returner, so I try to use them skills a little bit. I try to sneak in there. I'm like, hey, if you ever want to go 2 returners on punt return, I'll go back there too. But you know, I try to do as much as I can whenever I get the ball in my hands.
All right.
Thank you.